Did sun come in the mail today? Oh, cause sun came in the mail today.
These are the Avoda Origin Combo Length Irons.
That's right. The Avoda Combo Length Irons. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Officially, let me get rid of my logo real quick. We're back down here at the gaming setup. Officially in the bag for 2026. I have to move this straw now. I'm very prepared. Very professional. Avoda Combo Length Irons. Silver. Very nice looking. I got Forda pitching wedge. Forda lob wedge with the W2 wedges. So the very, very, very much flat, no forward shaft lean wedges. And then I got a Avoda driving iron as well. So it's a 15-degree driving iron. Trying to think of Crank Golf 3-wood, a 3+ wood at 13 degrees. This is 15. Excuse me. And then the 4-iron is 19 degrees. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitching wedge GSL gap sand lob. So yeah, I think for the beginning part at least, I'm going to worry about loft gapping and then see how that translates into yardage gapping, and then if we need to move anything around or take something out, we can. But this is my first driving iron that I've had ever. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, I got it used, but it's pretty pristine. Not a lot of use. It has the Mitsubishi Tensai White. I believe a stiff shaft 100-gram hybrid. Now you're saying, why do you have a 100-gram hybrid? Well, all my irons and wedges are a KBS. I don't know if you can see that. I got the KBS TGI 100s. That's what I was fit into. Excuse me. I'm delirious. I'm recording this right after the previous video, so I'm a little sleepy. I mean, they just look clean. A little wear mark right there, almost dead center of the face. I think it's more prevalent on the lob wedge. If I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. It's like right here. Maybe you can kind of see it. Yeah, I had to clean them up a little bit. We've been putting in some work with these, so yeah, right there. Not dead center, but pretty close. There we go. So yeah, that is and then the Crank Golf Pro Tour with LA Golf Trono driver shaft. Everything else is the same. Oh no, I lied. I'm gonna go over this a lot more in my what's in the bag video, but we went from a slant neck last year to kind of that deeper, more traditional plumber's neck, and then I got a 180-gram LA Golf P series. So we'll go over that more so in what's in the bag for 2026, but more in depth. But I have a kind of a unique fitting experience with Avoda. But first I'm going to get into why I chose Avoda, or Avoda if you're into the more traditional Hebrew pronunciation of the word. I like the club design, right? They look like cavity backs, but also kind of look like blades. So you get that blade look, that butter knife look from the top line, which is very, very minimal. You could see that. I don't have the curved face, I have the straight, but very, very thin top line. It looks very good at address. And when you strike these things dead center, they fly. It's crazy. So I wanted something that is a little bit more professional looking. You know, I've been golfing off and on since high school. I was on the JV golf team in high school. I was never really, really good. I still am not really, really good. But I wanted something that would help me improve. I wanted something that would last. And I wanted something that was proven. And I didn't necessarily want to go with like the big five, Callaway, Titleist, Ping, Cobra. I know I'm forgetting one. Or like Mizuno or something like that. And I necessarily didn't want to go with Tacomas or, you know, the Amazon like Orlamar or Orlamar, sorry, or Mazel Golf, which I think is funny. Another like another Hebrew company like that, Mazel or Mazel, however you and yours say it. So, you know, obviously I'm a big Bryson fan. I don't know if you could tell or not. And I really got back into golf, not only playing but watching, and you know, discovering the Live Tour and everything like that. And then all of a sudden the same length irons come up. I'm like, I wonder what are the benefit of same length. And so, you know, one swing throughout most of the bag. Obviously you're going to have a different swing for your woods and your drivers and your hybrid. Well, actually you probably swing hybrids more like irons anyway, but anyway, one swing for 95% of the bag, 98, however you want to do the math, depending on what you have at the top of the bag. Anyway, I digress. So I'm like, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So I started looking at single length irons, who makes them, what are the benefits, all that good stuff. I stumble across Bryson, and that's when I figure out, you know, we shot 58 at the Greenbrier with these Avoda wedges, or these wedges at the time that just had Hebrew on it. And I'm like, what? And then, you know, 2024 US Open, I look back more, all that good stuff, and like multiple really good finishes and all that. So then I start looking at the brand, and I saw an interview with Tom Bailey on what the company means and stuff like that. What are their values? What's behind it? You know, their slogan, only if you want to get better. I'm like, hey, I want to get better. And then I started looking at ambassadors, what they said about it, people that did reviews that weren't sponsored, sponsored people. And the overall census was, yeah, these are great. These are great. You should get these. So I scheduled an online fitting. Now this is where I teased that I had a very unique experience with Avoda. So I scheduled an online fitting, and this is what I got back. I opened it in Paint, don't hate. So I submitted a video of my swing. Now, granted, this was the beginning of last season, May 2025. Helps me dial in your fit. You've come to the right place. So I did the online fitting, and excuse me, I was fitted to the combo length, which is true. Excuse me, geez, which is true. The shaft TGI 80 length. Well, okay, length half an inch, lie angle 3 degrees up. They messed that up. And then Jumbomax Ultralite larges. And then W2 wedges, which is interesting. So I watch videos on like everybody saying the online fitting is the same as the in-person fitting. I mean, I just didn't trust it, which, you know, that's my own opinion. I'm like, I think having somebody there and talking it through and seeing the club interact with the turf or the grass, whichever it was on more than like 2 or 3 swings is very important, because you got to see the mishits as well as the flushes and just general more than a couple swings. So I took it upon myself to schedule a fitting in person. We were going to be in California that November for Thanksgiving. So June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months after the online fitting. So pretty much the whole golf season, right? For North Minnesota, North Midwest, before the snow falls. So I reached out to Brandon, the head fitter, Dragonfly Country Club, the home of Bryson DeChambeau, Mike Shy Golf Institute, all that. And I scheduled the fitting. Let me pull that back up. There we go. Keeps the lighting on my face. I scheduled the fitting, and then I waited the long 6 months. I played with my Callaway edges, which are back over here off camera. You can see actually, no, that's another driver I have. But anyway, I scheduled the fitting, and I was shocked. I was very shocked at how easy, how laid back, and just like how I hyped it up to be more nerve-wracking than what it was. So I was a little over communicative, I think. And I just didn't need to be. It was just so easy. So the shaft, we'll start there. On the online fitting, I was fit to a TGI 80. As you saw in these, I was fit to a TGI 100 based on my swing. Now, I mean, that could be contributed to me playing a whole season and kind of dialing in my steep swing. My other clubs are 1 inch up, 1 inch length, extra length, and 1 degree upright, which I'm 6'4". So, I mean, I thought that was good. But Brandon ran me through this. So length, 1/2 inch, lie 3 up. All right, that's pretty upright. I like to stand really upright. I don't like to be hunched over. I like to have a steep outward swing that trails far out and then comes back in. So he says, let's not go any more up. Let's keep it standard length. So 36 inches from lob wedge to 8. And then I think it's quarter inch increments after that, or 0.75, whatever it is. I was like, and then we'll go 6 degrees up. I was like, standard? He's like, yeah, because the more lie angle you have, the less we have to worry about lengthening the clubs or the shafts. And I'm like, it didn't make sense. So he put me through the fitting process. You saw the video. The only thing that wasn't in that fitting video was the lie angle, the loft and lie angle test, because we spent a long time on that. And I'm going to be honest, I was so wrapped up in all the Bryson DeChambeau merch, all the, well, not merch, but like bags and memorabilia and all the stuff that, you know, there's a big banner above. I think I put it in there, the home of Bryson DeChambeau. I was so taking in everything that I completely forgot to record. And then I didn't get to it until we did the shaft, which is right after the loft and the lie. So, oops. So he gave me a multiple heads, 3 flat, standard, 2 up, 1 flat, 2 flat, 4 up, 4 flat. And then he's like, all right, try this one. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Just swing. And I'm like, all right. So I put it flush and I hit it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, how does that feel? I'm like, that feels so good. I don't have to hunch over. I'm feeling very like natural in my body posture, right? My knees are still bent a little bit, but I feel very natural as where I'm not leaning over, I'm not like too upright. It's perfect. I was like, "What is that?" And he said 6 degrees up. And I was like, "Holy cow." Apparently 6 degrees up is very, very not like them for them to be fit. I mean, these things are, I'm trying to grab, this is hard to do looking at it in the mirror. Well, mirror through OBS or whatever. But I mean, that's pretty upright. And I'll try and put a picture of what it looks like behind the ball. But I mean, that's almost a 90-degree turn. Not to like toot my own horn or anything, but that's just what works for me. And you'll see it in some of the videos that I post. I mean, it's going to take some getting used to. It'll probably take a season, right? But yeah, I mean, it feels great when I hit it good. It's great. And when I hit it bad, even off the toe or a little heely, it's still good. These clubs are the real deal. These clubs are the real deal. So then we get done with the fitting. I go home happy. I'm like, all right, about a month or two, I'll have these clubs. There was some things that happened with the bending machine. I don't know what you call it. The lie adjustment machine. They weren't 6 degrees up, so I had to send them back to. Eventually, I had to send them back to Pittsburgh, which is their U.S. headquarters, corporate offices, whatever. They bent them up. I got them back, done and dusted, and we're playing with them, and we love them. So there you go. That is why I chose Avoda, why I landed on Avoda, how I found out about this company, and just everything they did from start to finish, getting these from an idea into my bag, into my hands, whatever you want to call it. Oh, another thing. Sorry, before I forget. The grips, Jumbomax Ultralite larges. Brandon, because I was using larges, he suggested I stick with what I had last year, which is the Ultralite, the Jumbomax Tour Series, which are like the heavier grips, right? He thinks that would be good for weight distribution, and we talked about that for a little bit. And then I was using larges, but I said for this year, I think I would benefit. I'm trying to get this here. Hold on. Sorry, boys and girls. I can't really show you that because of the lighting, but it's XL. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Well, kind of. Come on, focus. Come on, you can do it. I promise. Is it focusing on the dog? Anyway, there you go. Hopefully you saw that, but I'm using the Jumbomax Tour Series XL. So with the added weight of the shaft and the head and the grip, my clubs are just under 1 pound a piece. So I mean, I'm just slinging the club into the ground, and it's just the ball's just launching off. I have a very steep swing, so it's like a pendulum, right? You think about it like a pendulum. If the head is the lightest part of the pendulum, to me anyway, that at least for a golf swing, like not a literal pendulum, you wanted pendulum's a bad way to describe it, I guess. To keep it going, right? Obviously you want the weight all at the bottom. But the way I think about it, like a pendulum swing where my club face doesn't really move that much, like open or close at the top and then swing right through and then close it after contact, like just a pendulum like this. And then my thought process is if the weight is in the hands, I'll be able to swing the head faster and move it faster through the point of contact. And so far, that has been the case. And then as far as the wedges go, online, obviously I was fit to the W2 wedges. Oh, I guess I'm drawing on that. Don't need to keep this anyway. But yeah, I was fit to the W2 wedges. And I mean, I didn't submit a wedge swing at all. So there's that. I mean, they saw a 7-iron, 1 or 2 swings. I can't remember what I sent them. I'm pretty sure it was 2 different swings. So there you go. And then obviously I was fit to the W1 wedges with the very, very much flatter sole grind, whatever you want to call it. And then no shaft lean and address, where it's just, if anything, I can do it a little bit just to get that ball flight lower. But usually I don't have any shaft lean at address. And then I really don't take a divot or dig. I just kind of sweep. And you saw the results last season. Pretty dang good. That was the best part of my game last year, was my short game. Anything inside of like 100 yards. So, yeah. So there you go. That is that. That's why I chose Avoda. That's how I stumbled across this company, and that's why I am now playing Avoda combo length irons. There you go. We'll go into deeper dive into everything here, balls, all that good stuff. Because we got some extra stuff in here this year. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. So we'll do that in the What's in the Bag 2026. And then we'll do a comparison video to how the distance, how the feel is between the Callaway Edge and the Avoda combo length Origin irons. So I know it's kind of like comparing Costco box set to custom fit irons. I know that seems weird, but it'll be a little bit more surprising than you think. I think I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I gotta stop doing these so late. It's 11 p.m. running off 4 hours sleep on a red-eye flight with a 2-hour time differential. Oof, it's tough, but I'm gonna go to bed soon. But I think I'm a little bit surprised on how different it was, but at the same time how my pendulum swing, I don't even know if that's what you call it, but that's what I'm calling it, where I keep the face square as long as I possibly can. Maybe it opens up a little bit, maybe it goes like this a little bit, but then for the majority of the swing my face stays square at address. At least that's what I hope. I really haven't, that's like the mindset, like my hands stay, yeah. But swinging it really doesn't feel different. The difference is the feel on contact and the ball flight, and we'll get into that in the comparison video, because it's I mean, it's going to be what you think it is, but it's a little bit interesting. So I'll go a little bit deeper into that, and that'll be like the first like product review. Yeah, I'm too tired. I'm going to go to bed. This is already 25 minutes almost. So I'm going to try to keep this under a half an hour. And I did it. Woo. So there you go. That's why I chose Avoda. I'm trying different things. Driving iron this season. Instead of a 5-wood, I got a 3+ wood at 13 degrees. My driver is, I think, currently set at 8.5. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. and then 19 in the 4-iron. So 4 here, a 2 between the driving iron and here, kind of to give me a couple options. If and then I have room to possibly add a hybrid if things don't go right. I can swap this out for a hybrid or take the 4-iron out, add a 7-wood. But and then my driver is 8.5 to 9.5 depending. So about 4 degrees of loft and then 2 degrees of loft between these two. So yeah, we'll start there. I'll upload a couple more videos doing my couple practice sessions on the docket. My yardage gapping is on the docket. My first round virtually, me and Fallen did a match that's coming up. Kind of give you a preview, and then some other stuff that I'm not going to tease that you'll see after that. So I appreciate y'all, love y'all. I'm going to keep this under a half an hour, but that is my Avoda online fit and in-person fit story. I appreciate everybody for watching, and we will see you in the next one.